the buildings in New York now.
Wasn't Donald Glover in like that one show?
No, that wasn't actually him. That was the
What's
thing.
Donald Glover versus the other one?
You're thinking of
the one that makes the music, right? Isn't that Childish Gambino?
Yeah. No, you're thinking of
I do confuse them constantly.
Danny Glover. Okay, so close. Danny Glover.
Danny Glover. Thank you. Danny Glover. All right.
That's very far off in actual people, though.
It is, but
Danny Glover does not look his age. This man is 77, and he looks like younger than my grandma.
I love Danny Glover. Danny Glover's great.
Compare a 77-year-old Danny Glover to a 77-year-old Ian McKellen.
Listen, Danny Glover's
Ian
performance in Angels in the
rough. A rough 60 in Lord of the Rings.
All right.
Danny Glover in Angels in the Outfield was such I liked him so much. He's gruff.
Bro, he looks old as fuck. What are you talking about? He looks
compared.
He looks like Gandalf. What are you talking about?
But look at Ian McKellen.
But
look at any other 77-year-old white man compared to this man.
All right,
look at a 37-year-old white man compared to this man.
Patrick Stewart, though.
That's true.
Right. But I'm saying though, like this 77 looks fine. When you look at like a 44-year-old white man, comparatively, there was a woman at the call center I worked with, and she was 40 years old. She looked 82.
The thing we've come the farthest with as a society, or as far is 30s and 40-year-olds from the 80s. If you look at what like 30s and people in their 30s and 40s look like now, as opposed to especially guys from the 80s. Do y'all remember the Beverly Hills Cop movies? And there was Taggart, who was like the tough, more seasoned detective.
No,
Brett, you know what I'm talking about?
We watched that together.
Yeah. So he is 35 in those movies. Look up Beverly Hills Cop Taggart. And
that's the other thing that made me say it is they're making a new Beverly Hills Cop, and he looks. Stop! Just let yourself age. Stop dyeing your hair. I mean, obviously, we're
black don't crack. He probably hasn't done anything but eat chitlins and like moisturize.
No. That is some dyed hair. They have the.
Oh, he probably certainly has dyed hair. He most certainly has dyed hair. That's real.
Face stuff.
Well,
there's certainly has.
There's two ways that people seem to age, and it's either Caught in the Rain, Ian McKellen, or he's got some like, and then Danny Glover, Caught in a Wind Tunnel.
Yeah.
But
also,
hey everybody, what's up?
Black don't crack, and there's proof of this.
I mean, that is true. That's always going to be true.
And white wouldn't crack either if you guys use fucking lotion and sunscreen. Lotion and sunscreen are the true fountain of youth.
Black don't crack, Asian don't raisin.
It's simply true. It's simply true.
Mexicans are like they either don't age, or orcs. Yes, or they turn into like turtle grandma.
Brett is orc now.
I have turtle grandma genes. So I'm worried about that.
We love
Brett Orkleston. I'm changing it on my phone.
Listen, I want everybody to know I'm still waiting on the Mexicans to tell me that those orcs are like, oh yeah, this is Mexican culture because blah 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 blah. I'm still waiting on the Mexican people to give me that information.
Was it just a single image that prompted this?
Yes, there's a single image because they're releasing a new D&D player's guide or something, I think, and they have released new art. So they got like gay dwarves and like an Asian dwarf. They got black elves in it.
I saw.
And then they showed the orcs, and the people were like, because it looks like it's in like the Western. It looks very like outlaws Western blah 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 in a desert. And somebody was like, some white man on TikTok was like, "Wow, I can't believe they made orcs Mexican." And then I've
seen this.
Yeah, and I looked at it and I was like, where do you see Mexican anything? And then they zoomed in on the buff one with a mustache.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, white man, I need you to go ahead and in detail explain what you're talking about, because what do you mean?
So what he means is the gross mustache, that whatever that style is, people that's just like how Mexicans look. And like
so I could walk down the street and see 80 white people where with their tattoos and their cold brews and their septum
IPAs.
piercings and their IP with the same mustache, and they are all flavors of white. Not a
It's very
hint of
generous
salsa
of you to
between
assume
them.
we have multiple flavors.
But they're also not wearing a pseudo sombrero. It's this. They did this and that, and that's for white people. Mexicans.
That okay? Well,
That's
I
it.
will.
That's Mexican culture.
Listen,
if he was holding a taco, it would be done.
Like that's what I was waiting on. I was like, where do you like? Are you? Will you show me like a breakdown of like, oh yeah, these things are referencing Mexican culture? Because all I see is a Canadian man draw the type of man he wants to sleep with wearing a rancher hat. That's what I saw in that. Real, I did not see.
A little racist because just like that's a dude with a shitty mustache wearing a climate appropriate hat. Like
that's what it was like. That's what that looks like to me. And everyone was like, oh, these white people are like, oh, that's a Mexican for sure. And I'm like, woo. How did you get there? Can you walk me through it?
They're just mad that they're not like savage and
they are mad. Someone said
in like a cave with like bones and stuff.
Yeah, someone definitely said that they're really upset that orcs just look like humans with tusks. And I said, and in reply to that, I said in a comment, what are halflings except humans with feet? What are gnomes except humans with short? What are elves except humans with ears? Like, what do you mean? Like, they're the same shit. What are tieflings except human with gay? Like, what do you?
Like, I do think that, you know, the art is good and I like it. I think the problem is there's so much confusion over what this product is, and
that's real.
It's like, are we changing the lore? Are we just trying to make things broad? Like it you know, it does feel very
diversifying but bad,
right? Because it does feel like virtue signaling Pride Monsanto a little bit, because it's like we need the good things, we need the good representation, but I don't trust Hasbro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like you could be served the same meal, same ingredients, and in a blind taste test tastes the same, but if it's from evil corporation who like funds genocides versus a mom and pop, and you don't know. Once you realize it does feel different, and it's entirely possible that the right people at Wizards of the Coast are finally being listened to. I don't believe that's true, so it makes me queasy. But that being said, I like when online chuds are mad, so I don't think too deeply about it.
What you're saying is valid. Yeah, what you're saying, Tim, is like the valid argument. Like that's the conversation that should be had, right? Because I also think you could totally have a conversation about Western expansion and like how that like anti-indigenous, anti-black, anti-Mexican, all that like Western expansion bullshit is. You can have that conversation about like the Wild West setting as a whole, if that's a thing that they're gonna pursue. We can have that conversation too. But these orcs are Mexicans because that guy has a mustache. Pause. Like maybe not that one, Sweets. Like
yeah,
we should wait.
What is image is us though?
Is it people being like, "Oh, you're canceled"? Parentheses, I'm more left of center, or is it people right of center? Because
it's two. You have the people who are like, why are they making the orcs one look like people and two look like Mexicans? Because they hate both people and Mexicans. And then you have the LA whites who are on the left side, quote unquote, who are like, wow, moderates. I guess you decided to Liberals, pick another marginalized group to animalify with these orcs and make them Mexican. And then a third secret group, which are the Mexicans that are like, I'm confused. What do you mean? Like, where am I in this?
All I know is the LA white response to a lot of these things. Talking to many people over the years, I get the sentiment, white people, of you want the world to be better and you have guilt, ergo you point out things. But so often what that means is you end up erasing any sort of representation. I remember being young and then like Speedy Gonzalez, obviously very racist caricature. That being said, so many Mexicans were just like, I love that guy. He was hilarious. Why is he gone? I'm sad now. Obviously, not a monocultural culture, so you can't take one opinion in that. But there is a sort of, it's nuanced in a kind of odd way sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining them adding like a purple hair streak to
God.
a race, and then being like, "Oh, that's an Asian character."
Asian.
No, that's what I was gonna say. There's going to be
It's
like an
Asian
Asian coded elf with a bob with a purple streak
Or
because
the purple streak.
because Hollywood doesn't think Asian people can express emotions, so they have to give them bobs to tell white people what their faces are, and then streaks to because we can't
to
see.
show that they're like.
Yeah, there's like definition there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like a personality, you know.
I think the orc in the same photo has purple hair. Actually.
So there's an Asian orc. There we go. So now,
Okay.
so they're not.
Yeah.
They might
So
be
they're Asian.
Filipino.
Oh, they might be. Because Filipinos get
So
mistaken
sick.
for Mexicans because
Yeah,
we were
because
both
Spain-
colonized by
Yeah.
Spain. Yes.
Exactly.
We have similar
They're
crossover
sisters
foods.
in that.
Yeah, one
Yeah.
of my best friends is Filipino, and we're constantly just like, he's like, "Do you have the this fucking sauce?" I was like, "No, I got this sauce." And then we looked, and it was like it's the same
It's the
sauce,
same
but they
sauce.
changed the bottle for
Yep.
Mexicans and Filipinos.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Yep.
fuck. All right,
Like I say, colonizing is bad. Don't do it.
One time,
Don't do it.
Some of that sauce
I
bangs,
went.
though.
So that's
One time I went to a Friendsgiving with one of my friends who's white, and then it was me, her, and then our Mexican friend. And me and our Mexican friend was like, "Hey, we're both colonized by the same people." It's cool.
There's a group of Filipino people that my friend worked. He was Filipino. He had this like friend group was Filipino, and they all came up to work to like I don't know if it was his birthday or something. They were celebrating something with him, and he was going to leave with them after his shift. So they all came up and they were all hanging out and blah blah blah. And he introduced one of them to me, and the last name was like Cortez or something like that. And I like sat there and I was like, "What? Cortez? Like what? Why? That name doesn't make any sense." And then my brain was like, "Hey, sweets, this is why." And I was like,
Mhm.
Yeah,
I'm
like
back in
my
it now, I get it.
mom's name before that she was married was Pineda, which is a very Spanish sounding last name,
Mhm.
but also Filipino.
Right. I was like, "Where do these Spanish names come?" Oh,
Yeah, they do be wildin'.
now, yeah, of course. That's where they came from.
I have some thoughts on this subject.
Oh,
You could, Pat,
I'd
you could
love
have
to
thoughts
hear
on the
it.
subject.
Yeah, definitely.
No,
Please
no,
share.
no.
Why
No,
do you
no,
think
no.
the orcs
No,
are
no, no,
Mexican,
no,
Pat?
no, 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 no.
What about, will you point on the picture of the, like, will you circle the Mexican part of the orc for me?
I
really
think
quick?
they're not Mexican, and I think that's bad. I think they should be Mexican. Here's why.
Yeah. Actually, Pat, can you make sure that all of your new orcs in your game, all of the orcs have a Spanish accent, please?
It's
Yeah,
like,
all of
Where
them
was
are
this
the
orcs
orcs.
are
outcry
Puerto Rican.
For
Elves.
that terrible movie that was on Netflix, that Will Smith movie written by that really problematic
Bright?
writer who's Bright, yes. Where
There was some outcry, but it was mostly just like, no one's watching this. Turn it off.
Yeah, I don't think anybody
goes,
watched
it's
that.
so bad.
I think if
I
you have
watched it.
any
I did watch
place
it. It's
that's
so
like
bad.
L.A., if you have anyone that's poor, they're inherently eventually going to be black or Mexican because Hollywood
They could be Blexican, but why don't you just make that like,
Afro
okay, so
Latina.
all the Asimar are Blexican.
Hmm.
Now what?
Now what? It does feel like the art should have like
I
a
can see
pan
it too,
flag
actually.
tattoo, and then we have to be like, why is there a pan flag there? It's like,
Honestly, if they made like another version of that Bearscape Magic the Gathering card and it was just that orc art, I'd have been like, yeah,
yeah, that's good.
wow, that fits.
Yeah, I don't. This the false allyship is very apparent in that image, particularly. But that's
Yeah.
fine. That's fine. In a game about the one of the main DM rules is like, hey, if it doesn't work, just change the rule. Like,
Right.
go play.
It's
go play
wild
last
how-
edition if you want the other orcs. Like it's
That's just what the orcs are like before they see the evil elf. Then they go, "Arr," and they
Yeah.
put their tusks out.
Listen, those
Yeah,
orcs still exist.
yeah.
These are just Mexican orcs, and they're nice.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Orcsicans.
Orcsicans. We're having fun.
Jesus,
Here.
God.
Sound
And then the other big thing I've seen is the other big discourse. We'll jump in a second here, gang. But is on paladins and how
I
like
haven't
divine
seen-
smite is going to be a spell. Like
Yeah. So you can
it's
counter
not
spell
like
it.
freebies. You can counter spell it. Yeah.
Also,
Probably
paladins I think
needed
get
to be
spellcasting
nerfed.
at level 1 now. I'm kind of back and forth on it because on one hand, a bard can get divine spite, but I'm also like,
There's other stuff that they buff the paladins, but like smites in particular got just
Smite was
lots
like
of
too
foam.
powerful.
Lots of
I was about to say, I
foam
feel
put
like that
around
makes
them.
sense though. Like
Yeah.
if you buff everything
Mhm.
else and then be like, okay, you can't do 197 damage a turn.
Mhm.
Sorry. Like I'm kind of like, okay.
The
Yeah, that
flow,
was so broken when I was doing that with Chum.
You
the
just
flow
do
of
it.
characters will always follow the strongest thing.
Yeah.
Even if it includes interesting things that are not like meta breaking, right? Like you don't have to be a min maxer to sometimes look at characters and be like, yeah, but I want to do something, and therefore I want to do the thing that looks sick as hell.
Yeah.
Something that's sick as hell is not inherently min maxing. Sometimes it is, but
Yeah.
uh,
As long
in
as,
this
like-
instance, who knows?
Yeah, like nerfing the divine smite is fine for me as long as it doesn't make the paladin a fighter plus bad. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
like if they're like different but the same, cool,
Yeah.
whatever. Nerf it if you need
We,
to.
like what I'm
I-
hearing, I'm hearing you. We need to go back to 4th edition. That's what I'm hearing.
Right.
That's what
Because I'm still team like nerf battle, like delete battle master and then
Get
give all
outta
that shit
here.
to everything else.
Yeah.
Make all
I'm
the
down
other
for-
fighters cool by
I'm
giving
okay
them
with the
battle master
nerfing
stuff.
because it shouldn't be easy. You should have to work for it to have a broken min max character or something. Like you should have to do
Now,
homework. to be
Pat,
like,
I strongly disagree with you there because now you're just saying no child left behind, and that's not right.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
sorry.
if you're able to break a class without multi-classing, I am sometimes like,
Yeah, because my thing is, I think you should be able to break stuff, and it doesn't necessarily mean that you need to do the most amount of damage per turn, but you should be able to break stuff to make the character that you want. Like, if you want to be a kobold that thinks they're a platinum dragon and attacks 17 times at level 3
allegedly.
because of like green flame blade and hunter.
it helps if
pack
you have a
tactics
really
and all that shit.
awesome GM who's super chill
true.
and down for. Yeah.
Yeah,
That
like you
helps
just
a lot.
if you're just doing what's on the text block or whatever, you want to play, or if you want to use whips, right? Do you know how bad whips are? Whips are like the worst weapon in the
Mhm.
game. But if you want to use whips because you like that
I don't
theme,
like
ribbon
that.
for your
Yeah, there
RP,
should be like
then like you should be able to break
categories.
your shit to make it work.
Yeah, because like if I'm all for like I hate that. We're gonna start in a second, but that's the whole thing. I gotta have
Oh,
I
we've
could
started.
do a whole
This
podcast
is D&D, baby.
about
This is
no.
D&D.
I could do a whole podcast about I hate how it's like for the character, just because like your vision of the character. I'm all about as like a DM too. I want to help players like achieve their vision for their character. I want to help you. I don't want to work against you, and I hate where because it's like. It just works for your character, and you like the idea of them carrying like a sickle or something like that. They were a farmer, maybe, and it's like, why do you deal half the damage? Because like you get forced into a fucking longsword just because it's like shit, just mechanically.
Well, yeah,
deal
with,
half the
with
damage.
any two-handed weapon,
Mhm.
mechanically Maul is the best because it's 2d6.
Yeah.
Sure, if you want to have it be cool and roll a d12, I think like a great axe is d12. Like that's neat because people don't use d12s a lot. But I'm like, why would I would always want to use the 2d6. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna use a maul on my character sheet, but it's a long sword. It's a bit.
We're gonna pretend it's an
great
axe or whatever.
I
Yeah.
want to say counterpoint. Sensei Steve is currently using essentially just a lot of effort whip, like the ribbon knife. That's just a
Well,
whip.
but sure,
I should
but
make
the
you.
whip,
I should make you roll dex saves every time you do that attack to see if
but
you
the
cut
problem, like,
yourself on the
the problem
return.
with the whip is like the whip is I think a D4 damage in like no benefit. I think you might get reach on it.
Yeah,
and
you
I'm
get-
like, but I'm like, this is a.
But that's the
it's a
thing, like,
whip.
and that's again, that's
like,
being on the DM. Like, that's the thing. If a player came to me, I'm all for. I love the idea of like categories. It should literally be like primary single-handed weapon, melee weapon, like primary single-handed melee weapon, and it should just be like, it's all about flavor. Maybe you change if it's piercing, slashing, or bludgeoning, but like a long sword, a single hand, a battle axe you hold with one hand,
Yeah. Also, they're really fast and loose with finesse in a way that is incredibly stupid because a whip not being like finesse, you're dumb.
Yeah.
What is it? A spear not being finesse, dumb. Like, there's like, you're dumb. You're simply stupid. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? Have you ever seen someone fight with a spear? It's all finesse. Like, what?
Yeah. All right.
Halberd, strength, spear, dex. It's simple. Come on.
I think any pole
I like
arm should
that.
also be
Yeah.
finesse because you have
Not like
in order to
halberds and
multi-attack
stuff,
with
but-
in order to multi-attack with
You
a
have to
thing
have
like a
both.
halberd, you have to be like quite dexterous.
We
can't
got to
do that.
bring in like Soulsian stat minimums. Like you cannot use a halberd unless you have 14 strength, 12 dex, and vice versa. You can't use a spear if you don't have 14 dex, 12 strength. Thank you.
Heck
I'm
yeah.
with that.
Let's just make our own game.
Maybe
We
so.
should
feels-
just whip it together.
I just
That feels
make
like
our
a
own
very like special hell of just like.
Oh,
can
yeah.
you even use that weapon?
when
Like-
Pat said we make our own game, like no, we just add more dumb rules to 5th edition, baby.
Yeah, just slap more shit on them.
You can't
And then
use
delete
that.
other rules.
You don't have enough
I'm gonna
faith. Like,
publish my own D&D Pets edition.
Tim, what was your faith score for your Dissonant Whispers?
yeah, I
Damn,
mean,
it's too low. You can't.
you
have this
know I'd
quality
be
part.
adding 7 more paragraphs to jumping, carry weight, lift.
Oh my god, the weight Tim
Carry
would
weight's
have a whole chapter
wild.
on carry weight.
Listen, as someone who
You
like
can't
will work
fucking
out
pick it
sometimes
up.
with a weight vest on, I'm telling you, like just having 60 pounds on you for more than like 20 minutes is agony. Like it's so the
And-
carry weight thing.
And you know what, Pat? That's what us middle schoolers had to do when they wouldn't let us have lockers. We had to carry
Mhm.
all 60 pounds of fucking books in our backpack.
Well,
Yeah.
like army men have like 100 pounds, but it's all distributed like good, you know.
That's kind of the trick. Yeah, is if you
Mhm.
set it right on yourself, you're fine.
Yeah, and Goku had those weighted.
Say it.
Yeah, and Rock Lee had those weighted.
Say
That
it.
grandma, I
Mhm.
was driving to work the other day, and this grandma had leg weights on, like from her ankles to her knees.
Beautiful.
And she was walking uphill pushing a full shopping
yeah.
cart. And I was like, what the fuck are you training for? I
Oh,
like
yeah.
like are you fighting Cell? Like what's going on? Like
She's training to go the more or to carry the ring.
It
to
was
more
fucking
doors.
crazy.
Nobody is snatching that purse.
it was like 70-year-old woman just like
in Florida.
in the Florida heat in like her little like leotard and leggings with these fucking crazy leg weights on.
I
just
would
like
trust that old lady with my life.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She knows it. She knows the secret.
yeah, she's probably the fastest human being alive at the moment.
All right, Pat.
I'm gonna start.
You ready?
You won't.
Ready. Ahoy, mateys!
Ahoy,
Welcome
mateys.
back to Wayward Shores. I was like, I'm gonna steamroll through this, so no matter what anyone says in the middle, so I'm not gonna.
I
break
helped you. I was your
stride.
backup vocal.
Helping.
Yes.
It's like a round. We all say "Ahoy, mateys!"
Ahoy,
one after
mateys.
the other.
At
Yeah.
different intervals, yeah.
Let's do every so often. We like to do a check-in. Let's go around. Remind everyone who you're playing. Tim.
Hello, I'm playing Tempest Tallahassee, a water genasi bard. What am I? What the fuck am I? College of Eloquence? That sounds about right. I opened the wrong character. I'm not.
That's okay.
I'm College of.
What am I? Fucking College of Eloquence? Yeah, that sounds about right. I'm so
What?
goddamn eloquent over here.
You're so eloquent.
What are you making fun of me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, he's like
During
six.
Pride Month,
He's 6'3". He wears like white pearlescent armor with mesh and things like that. He looks like an 80s glam guy, so to speak. And he's great.
he's got thigh windows.
Thigh windows.
Yeah, are you still
Windows.
rocking the outfit that the
Mhm.
sisters made for you?
Yeah, I
Nice.
mean,
So much for that outfit. What do
Yeah.
you mean?
it gave me +1 charisma. Of course, I'm gonna
Yeah.
take that.
He
yeah,
had
Wonderful.
sex because of that outfit.
That was Jennifer. I was just about to say that. Why do you
Annika
think
was
that
definitely
lady-
it was the thigh. It was
Pat-
the showing thigh.
Pat, your D&D version with more rules needs to give benefits to odd number stats because I have 19 charisma. Clearly, that's why I banged hard, was because
Yeah.
I have that one extra one in there. And you took that in consideration, and I appreciate that.
Your passive sex appeal was so high that you didn't have to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. Why isn't that a stat?
Mm-hmm.
What passive
Yeah,
sex appeal?
passive sex
Passive
appeal.
sex. What's your passive
It's-
sex appeal?
It's either persuasion. It's either your passive perception or your passive persuasion, whichever. Deception if you're like trying to look hotter than you are, or persuasion if you just are that hot.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna create a whole matrix.
Intimidation, maybe.
Passive sex then like preferences of the NPCs. So if like your
Mhm.
score is this and you fall under their preferences table, it's like
Yeah,
you
and
get
if you're out of
advantage
their
on all
preferences, you have to use
charisma.
deception to like get into their
Yeah.
table. Yeah.
Listen, what role
I
play
am
flirting
6'3".
needs is
This-
more crunch.
This NPC really
Yeah.
loves Mexican orcs.
They super do.
Can I take a feat that makes me a Mexican orc?
Probably.
Pat?
I like that chat. Thaco. Hey, we're Thaco, but for charisma.
Oh my god.
All right, Jennifer, introduce your character.
Hi,
Those are the sea
I'm
nymphs.
playing Nimue. She's about 3'1.5" ish, 3'5". Patrick, she can't see over a lot of things. She's
My brain still sometimes
strawberry
doesn't
colored.
process how small you and F
How
are.
small we are.
Like,
Yeah,
That we're, like,
you
half
super
your
don't
height.
because you're constantly like, oh yeah, you see over it. We're like, we don't. We absolutely do not see that, Pat.
She's a frog. She has a bandolier full of books, a pocket full of a gopher, and a talking sword.
God's champion.
Brett.
Everyone's champion.
Yeah, I'm playing Sensei Steve, and I feel like I have to either turn on the accent or turn it off completely, and I'm very inconsistent with it. Surfer bro thing. He's a human. He's wishes he knew kung fu, but is a sorcerer. And
he's a shark.
oh yeah, well he's part shark sometimes. Okay, he's part-time shark. Part-time shark, part-time human, and he has cool ribbon knives. And his outfit, he's actually modified his gulper gear to have the ribbon knives, so he doesn't have to stop his fandom.
Steve truly just looks insane. I'm picturing it's like a cutscene in a video game, and I feel like Tempest, even though it's an ostentatious outfit, still fits the setting very much, and Ek and Nimue, and then Steve looks like the player character in a video game cutscene.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, but I'm wearing what in this environment would make Steve look like a tourist.
Which is valid.
That's a good way to blend in.
Josh.
Hello, I am playing Ek. Eccles for short. He is a platinum dragon. I'm 3 feet tall. I have horns, a tail, a cool sword and shield, a bow. I'm very similar to a hero of time. Like Link. What else? I can breathe fire.
Nice.
Healing fire.
No one else can do that in our party.
I can make it look like I did it.
Same.
My sword can.
Yep. And I have wings.
All right.
The
On
wings are
our
cool.
last episode of Wayward Shores, you all faced off with this mean wizard named Talonel Nightshade, who was Annika's, we found out, dad.
Tylenol?
Talonel.
Okay.
Talonel.
I
And-
have to tell you,
Tylenol.
every time you say her
Hey.
name, I think of Onika Burgers.
Okay. Be nice to me. I've got sinus stuff going on today. So I'm gonna try and channel Tempest to be as eloquent as I can.
I'm not going to judge you for being a bard, Pat. I think it's fine that you're a bard.
You and Magus Nightshade had been trapped in this in-between dimension between portals for about a century. For him, it felt like moments. He didn't realize he'd been stuck, and then he tried to rewind time. While you all fought him, you did. The killing blow was delivered by our very own Gopher Grace, who severed his jugular. Annika tried to reverse and did a pretty darn good job. It did end up overshooting, and you lost 9 days. It was
Whoopsies.
9 days past when this started. She opened a portal. You returned home to the Emerald Estate in Bridgesport, where you found Birdie just kind of hanging out with Cameron, who she'd let go, and was helping out, just tidying things up and sweeping around the shop.
I still think that whatever her name is needs a write up or some type of like disciplinary action for actively disobeying our orders.
I like to encourage self-thinking, self-starting, and all that stuff. And
She could have wrote us a note back that said, "Hey, Birdie freed her, and there's nothing I could do." But instead, we had to find out this way. And I think if she had sent that note, we could have had a conversation and
That's
we
true.
could have like gone through several options. But she didn't do that, and I think she deserves a write up.
We could have scrummed it. We could have done a scrum or something. Touchdown.
We'll circle back, Pat.
We'll circle back on it. But we didn't get to do that, did we? Did he? I support her still. Martin Lawrence was the same age as Danny Glover in Bad Boys 2, as Danny Glover was in Lethal Weapon 1.
Rough.
Isn't that interesting?
Oh,
Isn't that interesting?
it is.
Are we still talking about the Childish Gambino or the other guy?
Nope. You said Danny. So it is the evening. You're back, and it is almost transformation time for Steve.
Mm-hmm.
But you do have a bit of a game plan. If you can keep him fed.
Why didn't Steve explode when time was going forward so many times? That would have been so funny, Pat. Like because you said
Because
the sun was
the
going over
bungalow
so
you
much.
were all in was in like an unaffected bubble.
I wish he exploded though. That'd been really funny.
Like he just kept popping every half second, like
Yeah.
shark.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
googled it and I can't remember what the amount of fish you said was that I.
It was
But-
like
2.5
2.5
barrels.
barrels.
But 2 gallons of mayo is equal to half of the amount of fish in calories. Just saying.
Okay.
Oh.
So if you're on a diet, we can just give you a barrel of
Is
mayonnaise.
mayo toxic to sharks?
Mechanically.
I can't
But
believe.
he's a shark.
I always
person.
like. I always like typing
That's
something into a search that I feel like pretty confident has never been searched before.
Can I feed my shark mayo?
Sharks can eat anything.
If a shark could eat a human and a human could have eaten a sandwich that day, then yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, not a lot of results on that.
Oh. What the hell?
Can
All right.
fish eat mayo?
You're really doing it. Fish can eat eggs.
Also,
keeps
you're a
coming
fish
back, like
person.
it keeps like coming back with like, can you use mayo? Like if you're eating the fish,
No.
like with mayo, or, like
Pat, here's the problem. though.
Because no
He's
one's
still-
ever tried this, Pat.
right, but he's
Tuna.
still like humanoid. Like he's still
Oh.
like you know what I mean. He's not a shark. He's
Eggs
still
are
a humanoid.
eggs, obviously, right? Fish
Yeah.
are high in oil.
yeah.
Bingo
So I
bongo.
feel
They fucking make mayonnaise in their system already.
based on the lack
Yeah.
of relevant results, I think I just was the first person in the history of the humanity and the internet to type in that phrase.
I think you were, and I think you. But now I think you're obligated to do the experiment. You need to take yourself to Cocoa Beach,
Mhm.
where
I
all
need
the
to go
sharks
find the
are
shark.
apparently right now.
And then a
Hey.
bunch of mayo, and yeah.
Yeah, and then just be like, "Hey, shark, here's a thing full of mayo. Eat it," and the shark will eat it, and then look at you.
That's
like,
a headline. Visiting man arrested for trying to force feed a shark mayonnaise. One question said it was research for my D&D game.
Or they'll be like, man awarded Peabody for discovering sharks easily become addicted to mayonnaise. Like they can't get a fuck enough of this shit.
I just feel like
I
head
kick
of
off a shark obesity epidemic.
I gotta have the bowels of a human.
Chubby
still.
sharks. All right.
You do, because you
So-
still have a
So
like a beehole.
you have all this you kind of have a lot to take in. Cameron's just out and about. You got a joint hanging from his mouth. You've got half an hour. It's 8:30 at night before Steve transforms.
Oh,
You've
not
got
yet.
plenty of fish because you keep getting deliveries
I
every
guess we
day.
can just
and
put
some of
Steve in the
it's- some of
basement
it's
now
turned.
with the fish.
Yeah.
I guess.
We could summon
Cameron's
some
like, no,
eels.
Steve has to go in the basement.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
no, one of two things. Steve, you can either go to the basement and we'll have your fish down there, or you could just take a barrel of fish with you down to the beach, like some secluded beach, take all your
Mhm.
clothes off, become one with the
Well,
moonlight.
maybe
and
maybe
like,
you can meet the primal spirit halfway,
Exactly.
And you go into the ocean and you hunt yourself.
Yeah.
You don't get your free barrel of fish mayonnaise.
But like, could
No.
you imagine like the visual of Steve like walking to the water and just like closing
Arms
his
out,
eyes,
just kind of
stripping
like-
all of his like just coming full nude as he
Just
walks into the
Hovering
water, becomes
into the water.
yeah, like becomes the shark and then like swims and then like comes out of the water like, wow, I've become one with nature.
No, because Steve hunting
Doesn't believe in magic
fish
still.
as a shark is underwater when the hour expires.
You don't go
And
clogs?
then Steve
He's-
no, he's a shark.
You
could
won't
be
die,
so
you'll
far
just
from-
swim upward.
Do you want me to be there with you? To help
Sharks
you?
don't go that deep, bro. Like you just
If Steve doesn't
Don't go deep
have the
enough.
cognizance to not eat his friends when he's in shark mode, he's not checking his fucking wristwatch.
That's true.
That's not a given. You have to. You when we've done it, you've just failed. You're safe.
you're really bad at it. You are super fucking bad
You're
at it,
so
is the
bad at
problem.
being a shark.
Steve
So,
has the munchies.
I would just, yeah, I think if you go into the water yourself, you'll just come back out because it's not, you don't auto die when you're underwater. You just swim to the surface.
Also, you really want to let Steve out in public?
You're not in public. You're at a secluded beach in the, like, you're not
There's
going to
no
be in
such
the nude
thing
in
as
public.
a secluded beach. We're in fucking Bridgesport.
Yeah,
There
not
is.
here.
There's so
Not
is.
here. There's not even a beach.
Bridgeport
It's all
doesn't
just
have a
dock.
nude beach.
I think
It's all
there's
just
there,
dock.
the reason why, the fact that
get me
there's no
wrong,
secluded
every
beach is even
beach.
better because there's no beach. Therefore, there's no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go behind the warehouse, drop a fat piss, jump in the water, and you're
Mhm.
good.
This feels
There's no, I mean, yeah. As we had to explain to Pat, water gets so fucked up every like 4 feet. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, you probably would die, but you
How
might
would you die?
not. I don't entirely understand the scene from the new Indiana Jones movie, but I feel like if you either stay down not super long or you go really fast or something like that, you avoid all the bad stuff.
Well, it's salt water, so you're naturally inclined to float. One.
Mhm.
Two, you don't like, you're just, two, like you're swimming upward while you have the buoyancy going in your favor, so you're fine. And also the swim mechanics in
It's
Dungeons and
8:40 now.
Dragons don't hurt you.
And Josh, I think we should stop. It's clear Brett and Steve are lazy.
All right, well then we'll put him in the basement like a animal with the fucking fish because I also feel great about that.
He
I was
likes
trying
the
to let him
basement,
be.
is what I'm hearing.
I wanted him to feel like a person.
But I'm a shark.
I guess. So what did we do in the 10 minutes that passed in game?
This
just
is
like-
having this
In
conversation.
character
Well, Eck was
argument.
not having this conversation. Eck has a package. Eck was not giving a shit about any of this.
Oh.
Josh was talking about it, not Eck.
Steve's just gonna go in the basement.
Yeah, Eck doesn't. Yeah, Eck does not give a
All
fuck
right.
about where Steve goes. He just because Eck knows that if Steve acts up, he's dead.
Steve drops Trow in the kitchen and just fucking walks nude into the basement and is like, "Hey, lock the door."
Easy.
So Steve,
Yeah.
all right, Steve goes into the basement with a couple barrels of fish.
And hopefully no other cursed items.
No, I think they're in a basket locked up, so Birdie can't get
Yeah,
it.
Where
I
is
got rid of
the
the key
basket or
somehow,
bag
right?
of items?
Yeah, the items
Yeah,
were
the key.
carefully, meticulously placed in a basket with a thing on it that says "Birdie, do not fucking touch."
Yeah,
locked in
I think
a
it's
closet.
under the sink next to like the harmful chemicals and things like that.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we specifically were like Birdie
Next to the
either-
dish soap and the surface clean. Yeah, the
It's
It's
cleaner.
specifically in a
yeah.
spot
Age.
clearly labeled
Yeah.
"Birdie, do not fucking touch."
And the
So
sponges.
Mhm.
Yeah.
if Birdie does touch it, then I have lost
We
all hope for
tried.
her, and
We
yeah,
tried.
if Birdie
If that's
finds
how
it,
she
she's-
wants to engage and she wants to learn self-teach
she's
herself,
fired. Honestly,
That's
yeah. Like, she's-
that's her, right?
Yeah, I want her
Mhm.
fired if that happens because we can't have somebody of that level of incompetence. If Birdie does that, Patrick, let me just tell you something. If Birdie does that, you might as well tell me that Birdie thinks that refrigerator uncooks food. If you're gonna make a character that dumb and high, we gotta get out of here.
Pat has no respect for anyone that ever tastes marijuana, so he
Yeah.
probably thinks that that's what she's gonna do.
Yeah, like that would be racism to me. That your
Mhm.
Mexican orc is one incredibly
Mhm.
dumb and incredibly high.
Yeah. So
Wait,
Pat, just move on, brother. You're never gonna get yourself.
So
I was like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
But yes, the plan was that Birdie would see this and be like, oh, they said don't touch us, I won't.
yeah, no, she's yes. If there's a note saying don't touch, she's not gonna touch it.
That's what we were hoping.
All right, so Steve goes in the basement with barrel of fish.
Yep.
Okay.
Should we
locked the door.
fast forward an hour or
It's
Yeah, I
8:40
would
at night or in
imagine-
the morning. Sorry.
At night.
at night?
Pat, what is in the goddamn box?
Does
Quit
Eck
doing this to
open
me.
it?
All right. I think what
Yes.
I want to do is go. I'm kidding.
I've been sitting here I am sitting here with this box ready to open it, Pat. It's in the box.
So you open the package.
Okay.
There is it's like some it's like torn up papers and things like that to kind of keep
Okay.
things safe in travel. And there's two things in there. There's a letter. It's a short letter from your parents
Yay.
saying they miss you, they love you, it's good to hear from you, and they splurged a little bit and they got you something.
Shit.
And there's a little box inside. It's maybe about like 2-3 inches by 2-3 inches. It almost looks like a jewelry box.
Mhm.
And if you open it, there is just like a crystal like embedded in the box. Like it's permanently in there, sitting there.
What kind of crystal?
And
clear
they said,
crystal, or-
we
Oh.
the note explained, we missed you so much. Letters are fine, but we really wanted a way to try and we missed you so much that we maybe splurged a little bit. We might have to, keep expenses very lean for a couple of months, but we kind of went all out and got this communicator. And you can touch it with your palm to try and activate it.
I'll do that. I put my little platinum dragon hand on it.
Okay. So it starts kind of flashing and beeping. It's like almost like pulsing. Like beep, 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 beep. And there's like a louder beep. And then a holographic image projects upward from the crystal. And it's very familiar to Eck. It's the tavern that your parents run and operate.
Oh, my mom would run, yeah.
Your mom, yeah. That's right, because your dad's on the fishing boat all day. And a face, a male kobold face kind of comes, like walks in almost like into the picture and looks up and goes, "Oh, hey, bud. How's it going? So glad you got the package.
X crying.
How you doing?
Bad,
Oh,
but I'm
it's so
here.
good to see you."
I'm like analyzing, like, what's the science of this? I'm like looking around it, like, how does it work? Like, where do I have to stand?
Yeah. No, just kind of right in front of it.
And I'm yelling really loud because I don't know if there's a microphone.
Oh, okay. You're excited. I'm excited too. I miss you. I can't believe this is like the longest I've gone without seeing you, seeing your beautiful face, and since ever. Jeez. How's it going?
Rough.
Oh, I'm sorry. Have you made friends?
I like turn and point to, like, can you like?
If they come in, imagine it's like there's a few. It's like a 10 foot by 10 foot kind of area. So like on a grid on a map, it'd be like 2 squares and the 2 behind, like a little area.
Tempest pulled a
Like,
spell out.
if they come up like right next to you, imagine it's almost like a video like this. If people were huddled around you, they could see them.
Steve opens the basement door real quick, totally naked. Like, hey, somebody here?
You haven't. If this is right away, you haven't transformed yet. And yeah.
Yeah. The naked guy is Steven.
Oh,
And
okay.
one comes
Hi.
up right
Hey,
next
Steven.
to Eck, and then an echo appears on the other side of Eck.
These are Nimue.
Oh. Hi. I'm X Pop.
Oh,
Oh wow. Hello.
That's Tempest. He's an influencer.
Yeah, this is probably
you just
right.
see because
What you
it's,
got there? You got
Eck
okay. See the
because
skull?
It's Eck
She's
and
the
Nimwe's height. It's just Tempest thighs.
Yeah, I feel like
Tempest looks like, hey, what's up? I could like tilt it so it like goes up. Tempest is very tall.
Yeah.
I'll sit on a chair.
So it's great to meet y'all. So you're buddies of my boy there, huh?
Yeah, he's the best little guy I know.
Yeah, he's all right.
All right.
Steve, put something on, man.
Oh yeah, because they got a real
No, there
unfortunate
was
view of
echo.
Steve too, huh?
Yeah, Steve like
Stand
walking
in
up and
front
it's
of
just full
Steve.
dingle
Oh,
of Steve like
Steven.
wiggling over.
Okay.
Nimoy's echo is just standing in front of Steve.
T-posing in front of it, trying to censor.
How's it going? My name, you can call me Bang. Yeah, I'm ex-pop and dad. I'm so awful proud of him. I'm so glad. So y'all are friends? You do
Yeah.
adventures together?
Yeah, I might just call you Dad.
Oh,
can do that.
sure,
I do that.
bud. Yeah. Eccles, if you're okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Will
yeah,
you
sure,
adopt
bud.
me?
No, I mean,
Maybe.
yeah, I could talk. I'd want to talk to Kane about that, but yeah, why? More the merrier. Yeah, you need parents.
I don't have any of those.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nimue doesn't
I'm
have to have friends with him.
sorry.
So sad.
Oh, jeez.
I don't.
Well,
need
tell you what,
anything.
sport. You can think of me as your old pop for a while. Okay, if you're a friend of mine, my boys, you're a friend of mine. Happy to. Sure thing.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'll let you catch up. I'm gonna go walk around outside, see if I can get people to trick themselves into telling me things that they normally wouldn't. Have a good one.
He's
Oh.
good at that.
All right. So what's been going on, bud? You said rough.
Yeah, I just like we'll spend however long giving the full play-by-play
Yeah.
of
He waves his heels. Hun, come here. Oh, look, come here. And your mom kind of walks in the big and she's like, hey, baby,
hey,
how's it going?
bad. And then I'm gonna do the whole tale from beginning to now of everything that we did. I had
She's
to
like,
stab
when
Steven
you say
through the
bad-
hands.
Yeah. She's like, so, but you're not taking no shit off no one, right?
No, I almost killed this guy, and I point to Steve.
Good. Okay. Anyone looks at you sideways, you take their face.
Yeah, that's what I
my
told
boy.
him.
That's right. All right. She's polishing a glass, a mug in the tavern. She's like, that's right. That's my boy. Okay. We don't take
Yeah,
no
yeah.
shit off no one.
No shit. I tell the full tale of everything. Tempest had sex with a wizard lady. We killed a ghost. No, we had a ghost that haunted us that we exorcised. The ship I was on crashed. We were on an island. We had to kill giant bugs. Which then Bang would immediately be like, "Oh, crabs, cool." And then everything like the weird wizard tower, the boat mimic. Well, I cannot remember what the thing is called, but it was like a squid.
Mimethus.
Yes, that guy. Like the vampire that Steve is racist at. That had in love with Tempest. Go for great. Like I'm like the full like
Oh.
notepad bullet points of like everything that has happened. However long
Wow,
it takes.
that sounds like one heck of an adventure. And your mom is like, I'm proud of you, sweetie. Remember what we always said. Someone looks at you weird, you take their eye. They talk out
Yeah.
of turn, you take their tongue. They touch you, you take their hands. All right. I love you, baby. Mwah. And she goes back. Oh, yeah, that.
Body part specific threats.
Steve was like, "Oh, that's where he gets it."
Oh, yeah. Sounds like you've really just had a heap of adventures there, bud.
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh, but isn't that? Oh, okay. I thought that was what you wanted to do was.
No, I just wanted to find Zan so I could stop.
Oh, yeah. How's I imagine you would have told us any you said you met up with old Bex, the Coppertails. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah,
That's
we do have a
fun.
lead. I have a lead
Oh,
on some guy,
okay.
whatever his name is. Josh does not remember his name. But
Yeah.
Agnes.
You would remember. Eck remembers his name was Benson Baskets.
Yes, Dan Benson.
Oh no! Oh, Benson's still kicking around. That's great. He was a good. He was one of the good ones. We didn't get too much into the weeds with you before you left. There was, there were. Let's just say not everyone in our community was kind of on the same page, and how that all went down. And some people. Benson was one of the good ones. He fought for us to the bitter end. He always tried to do it what they'd call the quote unquote right way. Petitioning authority, and that didn't, pan out. But he's one of the good. If you find him, he's one of the good ones.
Okay. Then I'll do that.
But also, Bud, hey, I'm proud of you, and I'm happy with what you're doing. I just if for some miraculous you found your brother, that would be, of course, I'd be a puddle of tears. But I don't want you to get. I feel like we would have heard something,
I don't know. I can like feel it, and I do the thing where I like
Okay,
put my hand
sure.
on my heart. Like I don't know. I can feel it.
Sure. Okay. Okay, Bud.
We're twins. We have ESPN.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But okay, that's great. But I'm really glad. So these are good friends. Treat you right. Look after you.
Well, he tried
That's
to kill
good.
me once, but we're even.
How long did it take you to tell all this stuff? Steve's probably got to go.
Steve's probably. Oh yeah, you're probably downstairs. Like, oh yeah, the naked one I almost killed once, but we're even.
Oh, okay. I mean, friends can have, falling outs from time to time, and
Yeah.
yeah, as long as you made up, that's good.
Yes.
So, like, you found a place you're staying. Where are you staying?
Tempest's house.
Oh, okay, nice. Great, great.
While we're doing that, I'm gonna pick the thing up and I'm gonna run around and like tour.
Do
the
a tour.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah. However long that
See
takes.
Birdie. Hey,
Yeah, she works here,
how's it-
and I'm gonna whisper. She does drugs.
Dragon Dad. Cool. You whisper what?
I said like she does drugs. And
Oh,
Scamper
well,
around.
okay. Hey, I don't want to judge. People do in their own time.
Yes. There's a liveliness to Eck that has not been present previously since meeting everyone. As I run around the house and show everybody all the rooms, like this is Tempest's room. I sleep in here a lot. This is my room. I slept in here like twice canonically. This is where we held this one guy for like a long time because he tried to kill the. Oh, I don't go in there. I just like show the door. Like that's the basement. We held a guy in there for a long time, and then this is all the merch.
Oh, neat. Can you save a shirt for me? I would love that. And a hat, maybe?
Yeah, easy.
Awesome.
And then I'll show him where like Tiller does farm stuff.
Oh, look at that. Yeah. Love that. You're getting back to our roots. That's so neat.
Yeah. And then I show him the tree I stole from the Wizard Tower, or the bush I stole from the Wizard Tower.
Yeah. Stole that from a wizard's tower. Wow, you are just out there living life, son.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot of stuff out here.
Yeah, wonderful. So here's the deal. I think we're kind of coming up. This thing only lasts about 20 minutes and then takes a couple days to recharge. Every 3 days or so we can do this, though. So,
Okay.
if you're around, yeah, you just ping, except when I'm on the boat, but you just ping this thing, you hit the crystal, and if I'm around, I'd love to chat with you, bud.
Okay.
And hey, love you. We're really proud of you.
Love you too.
He like pans it, and your mom from behind the bar blows a kiss.
The entire time, when Eck is having this chat, Nimue just keeps appearing and teleporting to her Echo, and she just keeps appearing in T poses behind Eck in various spots.
I almost like at this point, like the first time it catches me off guard, but every time after that, I almost like aim it for maximum like maximum T pose Nimue, like like there's like perfect framework of it.
All right. Nice to meet you there, Miss Nimue.
Bye, Dad.
Okay, we're doing that. Great. Sure. Yeah.
I mean, that's what I call him.
Yeah.
That's his name.
That's his
Sure.
name to me.
Sure. He's like, hey, Kane, I'm like an honorary dad of some real life heroes.
True.
Because you mentioned the tournament too.
I did.
Mhm.
Oh, and so you know that he's got, you're the surrogate father of honorary father of God's champion.
Damn.
Surrogate father.
Yo, you're the father of a platinum dragon and the honorary father of God's champion.
Get that on a fucking mug.
Put that on a resume. Get a raise.
I like Tempest is outside. You see the window, just like chasing after people with the skull.
Hey, you ever suck
like-
dick? Hey, you ever suck dick?
Yeah, while I'm showing like where the stuff is, there's Tempest like, hey.
You ever suck dick?
He's like with this leading with the skull, knowing he doesn't have to, but just still like, hey, say it to the skull.
Say it. You ever suck dick? You ever want to suck dick?
Eyes really big behind this.
You do. Oh yeah, bro. What's up?
Oh my god, that was a lie.
Let's go.
This is very good.
All right. So, and then you also hear, as you like shut it off, you hear a big ruckus down in the basement. You say goodbye, and he says he loves you and he's proud of you,
Pat.
and he looks forward to talking with you again. Here's a huge ruckus down in the basement.
I want
shit.
to go to our favorite police officer that we always sell body parts to. After a couple minutes of asking people,
Are you waiting for Steve, or no? You're gonna go on your own, or
I'm gonna probably
Okay.
pop in and be like, I got an idea. Bye. And I want to go to her, kick the door open, like, hey.
Well, hold on. So you're gonna walk by yourself, and you're gonna go across. So you're coming from the northeastern area down to the southwestern,
It's a
where Anchor
safe
Way.
city. How bad could it have gotten in 9 days?
No, what you notice is as you're walking that the streets are it's way quieter than it should be.
Mm.
Lot more places are kind of locked up and shuttered. You even see some boards over a couple windows.
Oh man,
Not the porno shop.
this is where I buy cigarettes to give to kids. Damn it.
The office, yeah, you can kick the door open.
I think if it's somber affair, I think I'll sadly creak it open with a leg push. Pat. Hello.
There's no one in there right now.
What the Hello.
I'll say one thing, and this is a freebie too. I'll say one thing you would have noticed too when you first set out is that big like floating fortress that like materialized, and that was kind of the Steelbeards. So picture North Pier, two long docks, right? And it materialized right at the I don't know, you call it, like the most inland part of it, so it could be right there by the land. When it materialized, you definitely notice it's not there because you could see it clearly from where you were. But you see it's not where it was. You see something huge, it's darked out, but you see something huge kind of floating just a bit off the end of the dock. Like maybe 100 yards, 200 yards off the end of the dock floating. It looks about the same size and shape, like it's been moved out there.
Got it.
And what you notice as you approach Anchor Way also is where there's typically plenty, a couple of like a galleon and a few clipper ships of the flying Anchor Landing Navy colors. They seem to have also pulled up anchor and are anchored now like off dock, like maybe like a quarter mile out. They're still there, like all the same ones, like, but they're like not on the dock. They're like kind of out a bit.
And I don't see like as many.
And there's some other
guards
ships
out and about and stuff like I know.
Right now in this moment, and honestly, just in this moment, you don't see any Anchor Landing naval guards or sentries. There's no one in the office.
Okay, I'll be like, well, never mind. I guess this is a little more depressing than I expected. Who am I talking to? Bye. And then I think I want to like drink in the differences on the way back and then explain it to the crew. I wanted to see if I could sell my skull to them because I have to feel like an ultimate lie detector for the police. They're gonna love it, and who knows what I'm going to do now, but not.
Yeah, and I'll give
probably
you
get out
and I'll
of here
kind
for
of
sure.
wherever you want to go. I'll kind of just go quick. Also, if anyone's joining, a quick reminder. So, Bridgesport, a big city, but it's all like one big honeycomb of bridges. That's where it's got the name, and like these really small islands or constructed platforms. So it's like one giant boardwalk dock that's the size of a city. And it's kind of broken up into 4 main areas. There's North Pier, where you all stay at, which is sort of the most lawless, less oversight. That's where you all are. That's where the Steelbeard's floating fortress came in and is apparently, anchored off the dock. There's Eastgate, which is kind of like second most, like least sort of managed, overseen. That's on the east and southeast corner, end of town. You kind of walk through. That's like kind of the quickest route to kind of loop around. Southwest is Anchor Way area that usually is very regimented. That's where the Anchor Landing Navy usually maintains a strong presence. It's an area where like a lot of like the rich people stay too because of that. And then there is the Northwest sort of quadrant. That is where Horn Harbor is. That is heavily a Minotaur. That's where a lot of them live and come, because they come from the Broken Sky Isles, which are further up north, which is sort of where they come from. These Stormhorns, these seafaring Minotaurs. And so those are the different neighborhoods. That's where the Game Hunters Guild is in the northwestern quadrant near Horn Harbor.
Yeah, since things are a lot less chill than I expected, I don't want to go anywhere by myself.
Okay.
So
if you're
straight
following,
back.
if you're trying to follow, I'd say usually it's like quicker if you kind of loop around. And there's the biggest like solid landmass is right smack dab in the middle. It's called the Hill. It's where like Town Hall is. It's where it's the area. It's got the most buildings on one single solid piece of ground. You can kind of cut through that, but if you hug the more eastern and southern, so that's like North Pier, District Eastgate, that was what was very desolate and like very quiet going back. You can kind of go back the same way. You can kind of cut through like the main. You can go up around. If you're just out of curiosity, basically I'm saying, do you want to do beeline straight through the middle? Do you want to kind of loop around?
I'll probably go back the way I came, because I didn't
Okay.
get attacked and murdered there. So
That's so true.
why would it happen again?
Dude,
Yeah.
but you're also low key. If someone walks up on you, be like, "Are you trying to kill me?" And then you hold the skull at them, and then you can, to cut and run, or if you're good to walk,
Am I safe? Am I safe? I'm just gonna keep muttering, "I am safe right now. I am safe right now." And then Pat,
When it's a
if
lie,
I
you have
can't
to tell
say
him.
it, then I'm like, oh no! I solved D&D.
You did it. Oh God, he's rolling a dice. Oh God.
No one's going to stab me. No one's going to stab.
There is a certain intimidation factor about the guy walking around with a skull.
Yeah.
Screaming, "Do you suck dick? Do you want to suck dick?"
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So
That's awesome. What does that mean?
good for you all. So yeah, I'm going to go
Throw
ahead.
up.
So what's going on is obviously something's happening or has happened or something is going on. And this is for your benefit, players and the audience. I have this master list of NPCs that we've encountered that would be here in the city, and events have taken place, and I'm going to basically roll in real time as it becomes relevant and let a little bit of fate decide
Oh God.
what is going on with them, or if something good has happened to them, something bad, something neutral. So Tempest, as you get back, and it's toward the end of the hour at this point, or it's like, it's going to be after the hour. Steve should have turned back and everything. As you get back, so it's about 10 o'clock at night, you see Tofa walking up to the house, the Emerald Estate, as you get back.
Tofa, what's up? Good to see you.
She turns, she goes, "Oh, holy shit.
You are Tofa.
Holy shit. Look at you. And that's, you got, someone lip off to you wrong there?"
No, it's a
skull?
cursed skull that means
Oh.
won't let me lie, and I can tell when other people are lying. It's
Cool.
silly. Yeah, it's fun.
I think it looks great on you.
Thank you.
That's a lie. That's a lie.
That you don't like it. You don't like it.
Okay, so it works. All right. You see when she points, her whole right hand and like forearm is like her whole right hand is like a dark purple color, not in like a bruised way. It's like kind of like a ethereal arcane. There's like veins of purple going up
What the hell?
her thing.
What the
She's
hell's
like,
up
yeah,
with your
it's
arm?
crazy. I've been like, like I messed around with that arcade cannon and we had that whole hullabaloo out in the sea with them reavers,
Vaguely.
I've been like some latent, I don't know, abilities have been kind of coming out. It's pretty cool, neat, but everything else kind of glad you're here. Glad y'all back. I'm sure it was some craziness, but why don't I moved. So here's the thing. I had to move.
You're gonna have to say it
to-
twice just to stop it. We'll say it inside.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. Here. That's a
I'm
good
gonna
idea.
say a
Yes.
few times because.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
So, yeah,
everything's
she comes
scary
in.
outside.
Is that when the sky's red?
Yeah, the red lightning everywhere.
That's true. Yeah, and you see
Wait,
Enzo
is
Tofa
it-
comes in with Tempest.
Look
Tofa,
who I
you see
found.
Oh, hey, all right.
Oh. Has your arm always been purple?
Is it
No,
cursed?
it decidedly has not. No, it's not cursed. I
Do we need
feel
to
like
cut it
it's like a. Nope, definitely don't do that. It is, I think, a side effect of some latent arcane properties I seem to be developing. It all started when I started messing with that mana cannon we got on the boat.
You seem somewhat chill with all of this.
I mean,
I set her on fire.
hanging out
What
with
happens?
y'all is pretty desensitizing to makes into weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
As she says that, and I blast her full of fire, does she just keep being like, yeah, it's kind of desensitized me to shit? So I'm just kind of like, as she's just like,
She doesn't flinch, doesn't miss a beat.
perfect.
She's like, I knew that was coming.
Does it does it do anything to her arm at all? Does it make it look better,
Like
or does
maybe
it look
sparkles, not just like sparkles,
Okay.
maybe a
Oh.
little bit, something like. But she's like, yeah. So I try to check in every night. If you have, so Tempest, if you went on a walk, also I wouldn't do that again by yourself.
Oh, it's fine.
Hit the skull?
But oh, that's a lie.
Okay.
Oh no, it was
No.
fine. That's a lie. I'm screaming.
How'd you know?
So she's like, yeah. So I had to move the boat. It's a little bit more a walk. I moved the boat over to Horn Harbor. It's a little safer there.
Mhm.
Them mainland them mainland dwarven fellas have kind of set up shop and kind of claimed North Pier as their
I
own.
saw some stuff like that. It was spooky.
Yeah. And then their kind of influences bleeding a bit into Eastgate. So I
Mhm.
figured I'd get a little distance. And we got friendlies over there, right? Like Game Hunters Guild, Kenton, he loves us, he loves y'all. And then when he found out, they found out it was your ship, it was gonna be like, oh, we'll definitely like look after it and all.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Nice.
Yeah, so what's been going on? Them Steelbeards is slowly trying to, extend influence. It hasn't always been pretty. There was apparently some, I didn't see it, but apparently there was already been some bloodshed between them and some
Mhm.
Appledown fellers. Some of them,
that makes sense.
Moonborns.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, about a day or two ago, them Anchor Navy ships, unfurled their sails and kind of pulled out a bit, but then they just kind of stayed offshore. I get the sense they're whatever's brewing, they're kind of gonna let it happen and then just kind of come back when the proverbial dust settles.
Oh golly.
There's a lady that she is really good in quotation marks at like reading when stocks change, and then some people have apps that they follow. I think her name is like Nancy, but they follow her like stock stuff and they get success from it. Is that what's happening? Should we also do that? Should we sail and hang out with them until it blows over?
I feel like if we tried to sail boat 2 toward those anchor landing Navy ships, I don't think that would go great for us.
Even though we're
We could just-
friends with them?
We are friends with them. We don't have to sail to them. I just mean like, should we just like, visit the neighbor island?
Well, who are we gonna like? We'll be like, get everyone. Like, who will we get? Will we get obviously Tiller and find out, kind of wrangle them, and
Yeah.
get them off, and these two. Oh yeah, by the way, by the time I got here, Birdie had let what's his name out, but he seemed pretty chill, so he didn't try to kill me none. So
Well, yeah, his beef is only with Steve. Is
Yeah.
Steve back with us?
Where's
The time
Steve?
is-
Where is Steve? You're like knocking, like you Steve in Steve's voice is explaining the transformations over. Steve is like you hear knocking on the cellar door.
Oh yeah, yeah. It would be like as soon as Steve is like, "Hey, we're good," then I'd let him out. Like anyone, I would let him out easy because he can't talk when he's in shark mode. So yeah, can't trick me. Can you? I'd look at. Can you, Brett? Are you tricking? Will you trick me as a shark or no?
I don't. I mean, no.
Okay, yeah, then I let him out.
Hell yeah.
Steve, yeah, you come out. Your breath is just all very fishy. You just taste fish on your breath.
Oh god, your
boy.
breath's so fucking full. Do you want like a
You got a little
towel
potbelly.
or do you want to just be naked? I
Wait,
don't
all
care.
right, Pat. Are the fish in Steve, or did he metabolize them off as shark?
They metabolize together. They're compacted. You still feel kind of you feel full, but it's not
Yeah,
like the
you probably
same
just feel
mass
like you ate a
quantity.
lot, but you're probably okay.
They're compact, so Steve's gonna have a fucking nibbler shit, like fucking hyperdense dwarf star,
Come on
fucking
now.
toilet destroying load. Jesus.
Come on now.
No one poops in D&D.
No,
Steve, do you want a towel or you just want to be naked? I don't care either way. We're all adults here.
Steve's clothes are on the floor in the kitchen. He just left them in front of the door. I'm getting gulped up right now.
Sick. I mean, I
He's
don't
like,
care. If
why wouldn't you
Tempest
like
is
bring the
naked all
clothes
time,
down
so-
with you so you could like put them on down there before you
He
come back
might
up?
eat them.
Shark, yeah.
Yeah, you might
You
eat
take them
them.
all. You go down there and you take them off before you transform. And
But
then you
also,
put
this
them
is
back
like
on.
limited edition. Like, I think
Yeah.
Steve just doesn't want these to be even like a remotely. fucked up.
Gulper left.
Yeah, like he can't
By
get
the
these
way,
in.
the
Gulper gone.
oh wow, I rolled a 20. Okay, surprisingly little damage was done in the basement to
Hell
shelves
yeah.
and things like that.
It's a good basement.
Yeah, Steve was probably just like he probably ate the fish and was just like Elmo sitting on the toilet, like just doing that with the fish and eating them,
Mm-hmm.
just being like really chill.
Mm-hmm. There's like a little. There's a plank, and Steve was putting a fish on the end, and he'd go bonk and try to catch him in his mouth.
Yeah, that's all the ruckus was the plank like falling and he'd be like fuck and then having to like pick it back up and then like reset it.
So like, yeah, I don't know. I don't quite know what we could just fuck off.
But
Take who
don't
we
the
want.
Apple Downs like us, right, gang? They seem to love us.
No,
what?
they were trying to extort you.
Mm.
Or wait, no, say that as a
Oh
definitive
wait,
statement.
the Ironbeards, the Steelbeards. Don't the Steelbeards love us?
No, don't ask the
Also
question.
no.
Say it. Say it as a statement.
I think the the Steelbeards love us.
That's a lie.
Fuck.
Fuck.
Piss.
I don't think you needed magic to figure that one out.
I don't know. She was like looking at him.
Piss.
I don't know. We just I'm just trying to do my duty, keep the ship in good working order, maintain the eel pit.
How many-
but
How many Steelbeards are there over there?
I mean they
brought
funnily
a whole
enough, as
ship
much as
over.
I'm gonna say you explained to her what you've experienced, so but it's like it sounds like they came in with a lot of fanfare, but I mean, it's a weird, it's kind of hard to miss, right? Big fucking floating warship out in the water out there. The thing don't look like a pleasure cruise liner, and a lot of them have ditched. Occasionally, you see some ditch the heavy plate. I feel like maybe it's too hot for them out here, but
Interesting.
other than definitely North Pier, you'll see them because they built. They kind of took over, and there was a warehouse. They would do these like fights there. They kind of took that over, and then they built like a new structure. Pretty, it's like almost like a guard tower at the far end of the one pier. It's kind of where they come to and fro from. They got little boats that take them to and from the big fortress ship. And that's kind of where they land. So they got a little tower there they built. But they seem to slowly be just trying to like slowly just sort of get influence of some kind over every aspect of the city. They're kind of
Right.
working their way around,
Well, good
taking
for
up the easy pickings.
Bridgesport. You know, I didn't expect this place to deserve that much attention. So good for them. That's something to think about, I guess, right?
Yeah.
They seem kind of mean when they landed, though.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
Oh, they're rat bastards. I'm pretty sure the dock master for North Piers is at the bottom of the ocean right now.
No.
yeah, there's also only
Wait,
like
that guy's a dick.
4 of us. The guy was a dick.
You never
Okay.
actually met that one.
Oh.
You met Yorn, who was at Eastgate, who was kind of gruff, a minotaur with a hook
Yeah, that
hand.
guy was a dick. If he's at the bottom of the ocean, I don't care.
But I don't want
The
to have
other
to
guy was
pay
nice. I
again.
don't care.
I don't want to have to pay again. We paid for a
Right.
longer thing. That would make me mad.
So
Yeah.
that's the word I'm hearing too. Is they're going around and quietly, like bit by bit, trying to get people to agree. Like, oh, by the way, you're going to be tithing. You're going to be like giving us a little tribute.
And
I-
people
Any,
don't like this?
adventurers, mercenary, anyone who's like, like
Oh,
an
yeah.
adventurer, a mercenary, pirate coming through here.
But like,
you know,
what is it like, exchange for what? Like, what are they paying for? What's the subscription bring in?
they call it. So I can get. I was getting a drink. I was at the Game Hunters Guild getting a drink, and someone was saying they're calling it insurance. In case
Okay.
something bad don't happen to you.
Okay.
I've seen this before.
Is this supplementary to
Well,
standard taxes or replacing them?
That's what I mean. There can't be any other standard. There can't be any other. If they're running the government, then what other taxes there? But the question that I
No,
have,
they're not. They're specifically targeting. It seems like things that ain't like official business.
I hate to besmirch the good name of our good friends, the Steelbeards, but I believe it's extortion and crime based. Am I right?
That's true.
They will send their hired goons to tussle up your adventuring party or your pirate boat, right? The insurance is to keep them from freaking your shit up. I saw it all the time back in the mainland.
Bunch of certified gooners.
Yeah,
What?
we got some gooners here, gang.
we love gooning. Okay. Well then, yeah, we can like dip and then come back.
Yeah, the
We could
vibes
set
are
up-
off.
Set up a goon trap.
I'm just a
Set up a
little
goon trap.
nervous about the Emerald Estate, right? But we can have a dialogue about that.
Yeah, I don't want you to lose a house either. But
But
like, the thing is that if we don't have any money, then there's kind of nothing. Like, if we don't have anything of value, okay.
okay.
I'm going to make this even broader than that. If they're going for places that have a generous income coming in, and they're like, you should give us money
Mm-hmm.
so that we protect you from us, right?
Mhm.
I would assume that they're not idiots and would go for the places that have a surplus of income, and thus the 10% means something. Meanwhile, I don't think they're going to walk up on that one food cart guy with the shitty bug food and be like, hey, we want 10%, because they're going to get like a copper. Like, no one,
Right.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, it wouldn't, you could rough up that guy, you could not, but like, you're not getting money off of, like, your 10% is like nothing.
Right.
I feel like the Emerald Estate is similar, or could be similar, in that we could just not sell anything because we're collecting rarities.
Oh, yeah, we made ourselves a little bit of a target with all that People's Champion merch.
Yeah, we're too good at our jobs. Damn it.
We are good at our jobs, but I mean, let's be real. If we're only making like 100 gold,
Mhm.
that's nothing compared to probably what the guild, the big guilds are pulling in, where like 10% is actually like billions.
Well, what about this as a question? Us as adventurers are so good at making money. I'm kind of used to that now. I don't know if I want to stop. Stop.
We're not going
that.
to stop. We're going to keep doing that. But when they're like, well, you're an adventurer, give me 10% of whatever. You're like, okay, well, we found a cool belt of snake
Mm-hmm.
that can shift between pleather and snakeskin.
Mm-hmm.
And we just like give them the, because while we do get paid. Sometimes we don't get paid in
That's
money.
true.
We get paid in gear. So we could say like, yeah, I got a 6 skull that can tell the truth all the time. That's the magic item I got. Is this, do you want it?
Yeah.
Or like,
I should sell my
Here's a-
skull to the Steelbeards so they can extort people better, and then they won't extort us.
Yes.
They'll like us, and they won't. It will never turn on us.
have you ever like played a game where like you have a character in the party who has
Mhm.
to eat the magical items
Mhm.
every so often? So you always save a couple dingy ones
Mhm.
to like toss that way. That'll be us.
Okay.
Like we'll get some, like we'll just collect an abundance of magical items, some of which are shitty, and then just give them, be like, yeah, this is what the reward we got.
I mean, we get
And
paid
they'll
in
be like,
fish,
well, I fucking
so we're
guess.
able to like give some fish too sometimes. Like it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we'll be like, this is all we got. We have a bunch of sea bass and
So,
a ring of kite flying.
Yeah, I like it.
are you saying that like we won't be exploited because we're poor, and that it makes more sense to tax the rich?
That would be the thing that would make the most sense. If I were a criminal who wanted to
Mhm.
get the most bang for my buck, why the hell would why would I go to the place that doesn't make money to get their like couple copper? Like that means nothing to me. But if that guild over there is pulling in millions a month,
Mhm.
that 10% is going to sit fat in my pocket.
Certainly the fantasy IRS never chases people down for like $50, right? But like, yeah, no, totally.
It's just that the people with so little have much more to lose, if that makes sense. So that's why they're such an easy target a lot of times for these goons. Is
Yeah.
the thing?
Yeah, but I
unfortunately.
mean, if they're talking about individuals, I don't think there's what you can do to stop that. But if they're going to shake down businesses, they would be very stupid to be like, oh, this business makes 50 gold a month. Cool, I want that. Like, for what? Like, they're not going to make more money. And if you shake, like, you know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna make more money.
Okay, we'll see.
No, I agree with you in principle. Like that would make sense if they only targeted the not us.
Right.
How
How bad
Well, I
can
mean,
these
like-
Steelbeards be? They helped us. So
Yeah,
that's
imagine
what
trying
I'm
to shake
saying.
down like a baker. Like, what are you going to get from the baker? Like, oh,
Bread?
we want 10% of your fucking income. Okay, well, here's your 8 silver.
Here's bread. Idiot.
Yeah, like here's 8 silver and some bread. Like, what do you think I have for you here? Oh, you're gonna fuck up my ovens? Like,
you're
then
being
then
illogical.
You're definitely not gonna make any
You're
money.
being illogical, Mr. Steelbeard. I like it.
All right. Well, so what do you
And that
guys
lady
wanna
seems
do?
smart.
Do we want to leave Birdie with like a 50 and like just be like, hope you can sort it out, or like?
Well,
Or we could just put up a sign that says we're going to collect shit so we can sell it. Then they'll be like, oh wow, they're gonna collect shit. And we'll just tax them when they come back. And then we'll be like, well, this is the shit we found. This is a ring of mooing. If you put it on, you understand cows.
Mhm.
Here's a jar of infinite whale milk.
Ooh, that
Where like
I
you
would
just
like to
keep
keep that.
pouring.
I would like to keep
Yeah, I guess
that
you
one. That one I kind of want to keep.
Yeah. But we could like give them like we could just collect a bunch of items.
I don't
just
want to be
dicking around
rude,
and-
but all of this is such a bummer, right? Like,
It is.
Let's just put it out of our mind, right?
Okay.
We don't think that we have no reason to believe all of that is going to affect us, right?
That's true. But I still think
So-
we should take a vacation.
we kind of already did a little bit.
No, you had sex, and then we also got shot by a bunch of dragon statues,
Yeah.
and we had to fight a wizard.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, we could just get on the boat, do a little like sailing. I could go talk to Dan Benson.
Mm-hmm. Don't we have to? Didn't someone want us to do something about slugs, lava slugs of some sort? I forget.
That was on the
We could do that.
adventurers board.
Yeah,
It's been 10 days.
It's
9
been
days.
days.
So long.
Yeah, so who
Damn
knows
it.
what's still on that board?
Yeah, fair.
We could snatch a couple posters, see what we could do on the way to go visit Dan Benson, and then
Maybe we can. Who's Dan Benson?
Benson
uh,
baskets.
he's a
That was a kobold
kobold
from
from Windfall,
X.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
where I used to live,
Uh huh.
who he may have leads on where my brother is.
Oh, hell yeah. So I say tonight we go down to the Hunters Guild or whatever the fuck it's called, meet with
Yeah.
our boy,
Yeah.
get 30 drinks or something,
Yeah.
get pukey, go piss in the street, shit
Yeah.
like that. Get the vibe from him, right? And then we'll see what we don't want to jump to any conclusions, obviously.
Right.
I
Honk,
mean,
honk.
all right.
If you have, I mean, what else? We
You wanna sleep?
generally binge drink at night, Steve. So that's kind of, I don't want to break our streak.
That's true.
It's
You
been
do like to
9
binge drink
days.
at night.
They miss us.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they went out and hunted some big game and got beat.
Their kids can't afford braces because we're not binge drinking as much. That being
Yeah.
said, we try to get our stuff as free as possible. So maybe they made money while we were gone. Who's to say?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Let's go get drunk and celebrate fucking having sex, I guess.
We're
Which-
9 days younger than everyone, baby. Like,
We are.
that's
weird.
We're gonna live forever.
Oh no.
No, I was gonna say if we keep this up, I'm gonna be like actually younger than my much younger than my
Oh.
twin brother.
He's gonna hold that over your head. That's so random.
Yeah, he's already taller than me.
You needed those 9 days. Damn, that sucks. Well, what can you do?
Okay.
All right,
you're
so
gonna
we
go
all
to-
jump on Hover Steve. We're gonna-
The most bleak town as you guys are
yeah,
flying.
the clouds are like dark red with like streaks of weird lightning. There's like constant like dust and tumbleweed, like really ominous. And we're just like,
yeah.
so anyway, your mom's hot,
You-
Eckert.
When you get when you get over into that neighborhood, you notice that neighborhood's definitely a little bit more alive than other ones, more lights. But you see lots of minotaurs like just kind of out like on porches and just kind of posted up. And you've never seen this before. The Game Hunters Guild has like a couple on stools and like with spears leaning up against the wall. It was kind of
There's a couple, like a
two of them.
Like-
Two, yeah.
yeah, like okay. I thought you meant like they're together,
Like bouncers.
Are they dating?
Okay, like yeah, are they dating or like? Because that'd be cute if like they're like they're.
You guys
like,
interact with them to find out, yeah.
Okay.
But they see you all approaching, they kind of stand up and
I say, you gay? Question mark.
That's really- one of them is like that's really personal. It's none of your business. Rude.
And it checks out.
Hey, I just wonder. You guys look cute together. It's Pride Month.
And the other one kind of like, see, I told you. We look great.
It's 9 days in the future. It's no longer Pride Month. Fuck.
Oh no!
I'm still saying it though. I'm
Mm-hmm.
still saying it though. Eck is still Eck is lost in the sauce when it comes to when everything is now.
Oh yeah, as you should be.
I'm too far gone.
Mhm.
It's still
All right.
the
Look,
whatever day to me.
You got,
what's
you
with
got
the vibes? They're off.
Yeah, why is the sky red?
yeah, the shit, right? Yeah. Yeah, they're shit. They're it's them dwarves from the mainland. Just being kind of a menace. Just low key trying to, stick their noses everywhere, and
Mm-hmm.
we just try and protect our own. There's been some bloodshed. There was some fighting.
Oh boy, awkward.
The Navy seems to have sort of wiped their hands of it, kind of let things sort out. I think there's going to be a big row soon between Apple Downs and Steerbeards, and we're just trying to protect our own.
There's Apple
Smart.
Downs here.
That's the word. Yeah, on the street.
Ah,
Who are you, by the way? Who are you?
beans.
Show us some.
You know who we
part of the
are.
guild.
Come on.
I
They
almost
don't,
was
but
like,
if
I was like, we
you
have like an ankle
coins, you have
bracelet.
like
don't we?
little, you have little like identifying coins or
Wait.
something. Oh, wait, was it bracelets or yeah?
No,
that's
I
in the
feel
other
like
thing.
the ankle bracelet thing was when we were in Icewind Dale.
Yeah, no,
Roll-
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Roll
was like,
for
wait,
fucking people's champion recognition, please.
Please.
yeah, are they
Right.
like how the fuck are they not toadies?
Yeah.
The mighty poses on
We-
on your shoulder.
Canonically,
second
you've
one- the
made one
sec-
of us a
yeah.
fucking celebrity, Pat.
Fair enough. The second one I just rolled, it says, "Oh wait, did you win the tournament last Legends Bounty?"
Yes,
Poses.
yes.
I thought, and he's, "Honey, I told you, yeah, you're that frog who's with the sword that does fire." Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that was so fun. I loved that tournament. That was great. Nice work. Oh yeah, you're part. Let them in. Hun. They're part of the guild. That's fine. Kent will want
Yes.
to talk to him.
As we walk past, Nimue gives them finger guns, and it's like, your nice work.
Yes.
Thank you.
Nimue has made 2 new toadies.
So you can go in and there's people in there hanging out. The vibe is definitely a little more muted than normal. A little more kind of low key. You see a couple of some
around.
yeah, he's huddled up with a couple other adventure-y type looking folks, and he sees you and oh God, this is gonna kill. I'm getting over a thing in my throat's already. He's like, "Oh hey, look at y'all. You got you kind of let's have you got something for me?" Or I don't know, it's kind of weird times, but I haven't seen you all in a while.
Nothing but love, brother.
Hey, brother.
Yeah, what up?
Hey there. You got okay. He looks at Tempest. Like, what's that you got there?
Oh, it's a skull. It's cursed. I can't drop it. But I can only tell the truth. But I can tell when other people are lying.
Oh, neat. That's pretty useful. I mean, it's kind of you can't put it down though, huh? That's got to be a little. That's awkward. Oh man.
Mhm.
No,
All
do you want to
right.
hold it?
I do not.
Fuck.
No. I pretty much always like tell the truth anyway. I don't really need, And I always assume people are telling me the truth and they give me a reason not to,
That's true. I was going to sell it to the cops so that they can interrogate criminals better, but they're gone. And then, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
vibes everywhere. Off.
Yeah, why is it
Yeah, they're
sky
not
red?
great.
That'll
Oh,
be
is
good
it? No.
for fucking PR. We've got a cop that's just constantly got a skull in his hand.
But he's the only cop you can trust.
He's the only cop that tells the truth. Yeah, we're so corrupt, actually. You could just buy us off. Did you know that?
Oh, it's easy.
Yeah, we're just we're kind of hunkering down, see how things between shake out and just trying to make sure none of our people are how are you all doing? I haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to? Killing anything lately?
He had sex.
I banked. Not to
Hey,
brag.
awesome, great.
Yeah. And it's not related per se to the sex, but it's tangentially related. We got caught in a time bubble, so we lost 9 days. We're 9 days younger than we look.
Yeah.
Or
That's
you assume.
why I love you. He scoops you up. I tell you, these ones, even if you don't got a monster for me, you still got a crazy story.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be sad one day when you walk in here and it's just like you got nothing.
Well, statistically, it's gonna happen one day. We fought little guys, but most of them were statues or energy or whatever. So
We killed a wizard, but that wasn't like on the game guild list. So
yeah, that was a god.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to
Yeah,
die.
no, we don't. Like humanoid sapient creatures. We don't. That's that would be kind of a bad look. I feel like.
Yeah, no, we give those to the cops.
Yeah. You
Cops
guys
love the
get
bodies.
the non-sapient, and the sapient go to the cops.
yeah,
They
you
love it.
guys are the game guild, and they're the deadliest game guild.
Yeah, they want like the people bodies.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love
They love
delivering
people
in
bodies,
parts. Actually,
So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know how they got here or what happened, but these I don't know much about them. All I know is these armor wearing dwarves are quietly. It sounds like the wisp
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Sounds like they don't like
kinda.
the heat.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it's definitely they like those big suits of armor, but you can tell that more and more I'm seeing. I feel that they stand out, right?
I'm
The
sure it's the humidity
mainlanders, yeah.
too. That's how it really gets to you.
That's
it
what
does
gets
suck.
you. It's not the heat. Yeah, it's the humidity. That's what gets you.
We were thinking of leaving because the vibes were off here. But we wanted to drink a million beers and eat snacks with you guys first to get the vibes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah, we can get yeah, Bertram here. Come on, get some stuff going.
Is that like a
Uh,
weird thing to do to want to leave this area?
I mean, I get it, if in the I live here. I say I kind of run this, and we got a little community. So I personally am trying to look out, make sure that if there's some kind of war breaks out here, that our people in this area, right? We try to keep it nice and
Yeah.
look after. But I guess if if you don't have anyone counting on you, if you don't owe anybody nothing, you're past your own.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
say that per se, but I mean, we have the Emerald Estate and Birdie, and our cop friend loves us so much. I don't know what she would do if we'd stop bringing her bits and pieces of people,
Corpses, yeah.
corpses and stuff.
I mean, we'd be coming back. We're just gonna leave for a bit and then come back.
Yeah, maybe go to a sauna. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe Maybe I'll find my brother. I'll bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
Are you
And
guys
he'll just
like,
kill them all.
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting trouble here with the impending gang fight?
Honestly, I really don't know. It's
Need
kind
to
of
hire more
weird.
gays?
There's always Bridgeport has always been a bit of a rough and tumble city. You get there's kind of two Bridgeports. There's like folks like us, and you kind of have these classic above board businesses and people just kind of living. And there was kind of like this other side to Bridgeport, and the two, there's kind of this mutual respect, right? Where it's like there might be some dangerous folk. I mean, there's dangerous folk in this room. There's dangerous folk all over Bridgeport. But it was kind of like you're in the game or you're not in the game, if you know what I mean. And the lines seem to be getting a little blurry in that regard.
Right.
Is there a sister guild? Or like, because you know how guilds are all like,
Yeah, we got a guild down in Anchor Landing. We got that's our kind of original. Yeah, that's Sir Quincy. He runs that. He's a funny. Oh, you got to meet him sometime. He's a lot of fun. Yeah.
do they know? Should we tell if we go there and tell them? Could they like bring you more gays to protect this place?
I mean, I've sent word. Let them know. I try to send a regular letter, but that's not like they haven't directly threatened us or anything. I'm just
Yeah, but I mean, like,
feeling the way the wind's blowing.
yeah, you should probably stock up on more homosexuals to protect the place.
Okay, I fail to see how the two are connected, but
Got to get those two strong ones up front.
yeah, you talking about Hunch and Baggy? Yeah, they're great.
What? What's up? What's the
Say
name?
hunch, H-U.
Hunch. Yeah. Hunch
All
and
right.
Baggy.
Hunch has scoliosis.
Them boys hunching. They sure are.
Hunching, yeah. Okay.
Listen, I got a whole codex of names that I generated, and that's what I landed on.
That's their name. Hey,
I love hunching. Hunching's great.
Hunch.
no, yeah.
Hunchin'.
Don't apologize. Live your bliss. We love Hunch. And
Yeah, everyone loves hunching.
It's short for Hunchelsworth. It's a family name.
Okay.
Yep.
It was fine. Yeah.
I
Kind of blacked
love it.
out.
I think it's great.
Forgot what we're talking about. Kind of only think about that.
You were talking about if you wanted to leave
Beers.
or not, or like I don't know. It's one of those things where I really hope we can get back to some kind of normalcy. I just don't want folks, like I said, you get people who are call it in the game, right? They're mercenaries, or they're adventurers, or they're pirates, or they're just full on, criminals, and they kind of are in that game, and right. But then you get folks just trying to make a living and get by, and
Right.
those are the ones I want to try and look after and make sure they don't get swept up.
And I can't help
Ooh.
but think we have something to do with all of this. Am I wrong? Like, is that
I think you're
matter?
wrong. Just say it definitively.
That's
We
true.
had nothing to do with this.
We
Say
had
it.
nothing to do with this.
That's a lie,
Fuck.
Jimmy. But you only hear it in your head, Tempest. They don't hear
Yeah,
it.
but
You just
Tempest
hear-
does go fuck, and I'm like, wow, shit.
And are I not able to say we had nothing to do?
Yeah.
Apparently, we had something to do with this. So, I mean,
Oh.
Like barely, but not really.
it was gonna happen regardless.
Yeah. No, we know a lot of the people involved, unfortunately, but that's just we just get around like that.
Mm-hmm. It's not our fault.
It's not our fault. His gas.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sounds like you got no onus. You can just, take off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna come back. Like it's not like we're gonna leave and then like
We got
always
shit
come
here.
back. Yeah, we have shit here. We do have stake in the game. We like our house.
Literally put down roots. Little farm. Little tiller.
Yeah.
Tending, so to speak.
Yeah. So it's not like we're just like fucking off and never coming back. Like
We're not.
we're just gonna
guilty.
go. Yeah, we're just gonna go do shit and then we're gonna come back. I just don't want to. Here's the thing. I don't want to be here when them two bitches are fighting because what are we gonna do?
Mhm.
Just sit at home and then what?
Last time we had to choose between them, it got real nasty.
Exactly.
We could
Do you have
always
toilet
decide-
paper? I say to Kent, like, do you have toilet paper and bottled water?
I mean, yeah.
So there you go.
Easy.
Just- Hunker down, play some board games. It'll be fine. They just gotta let them get it out.
Okay. You say so.
Bro, we're gonna come back and everyone's gonna be dead.
Fuck. Shit.
These guys got a magic teleporting boat.
Yeah, they have Nex Ramus.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
like
think
the
this is gonna be easy.
The apple bottoms have a fuck ton of money. I can't imagine they don't also have like weirdo magic. Like
Right.
they
Are you saying
can't
this
not
out
have
loud?
access. No, this is Josh talking
Oh.
to the table. Where
Yeah.
I'm above table. They have to have like insane money and access. Like, there's no way that like the apple bottoms are like, we're just the small guy. No way.
Do you think
no
they
They
did?
way.
They had a belt of scrolls, and that didn't help.
That was just one guy, though. That was just
one guy,
one
and
dork.
he did say that he was a little bitch and a punk. Like he
Mhm.
said that to us. Like he's like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's totally
useless.
quoted.
Mhm.
Exact
Yeah.
quote.
Do you
I'm
think
Yeah.
we
little
could
bit.
ask them to politely take their tussling, like, only on the water to not destroy property and things like that? Like,
Again, this is like such like this is like childish villain shit because
Mhm.
if they damage their stuff, then they can't get the money anymore.
that's what I'm
Wow.
saying.
We could propose.
And so it's kind of like you're stupid. Like if you
Mhm.
whether you're an apple bottom or you're a dwarf, steelbeard, you're like if you fuck up the money engine and you win, you lost.
but we've
It's,
already
like it's
verified
like-
that the Steelbeards are dumb.
Mm.
well, the one that we helped was dumb.
Yeah,
Like
but
Angus is an
sister-
idiot.
Their
His
mainland
sister was
plan,
smart.
The mainland plan was let's let the dumbest one of us go and try and like get a
Yes,
foothold, and
they
then
had-
only if he succeeds is
Yes.
maybe we're gonna do this.
But no, but that's smart because they lose nothing.
Mm.
Because they get rid of him because they don't like him. He's a piece of shit, and
Mhm.
they that was evident to us.
He's stinky.
It would be very smart to be like, you know what? The weakest among us, if you manage to pull this off, if you actually pull this off after you fucked up majorly the first time, then cool, we can actually advance and do big things. But if you lose, we don't care. We've gotten rid of the weakest member of our thing.
Mhm.
Like they won in either direction, which is why I think that they're smart enough to be like, we should not destroy and rampage the island because then we have nothing. Like we have no money engine at that point. Versus the apple bottoms who are like, if we rampage this island, we have no money engine. Like, oh, we got the Steelbeards gone. Okay, cool. Now we have a useless island that we can't do anything with. Like, if we're like the villain, these aren't like the dude that was like, I'm gonna stab Tempest in a room full of his allies.
Mhm.
Like they have to be smart if they have this much money, this much influence, this like they have to like with these aren't like dummies.
Yeah.
And I look at Pat. Josh looks at Pat like, right? Because Pat like, right? Like they're not like we're not talking about like dumbass like.
This is me on every episode of Sopranos. I'm like, I see the logic, but that was very irrational. What you just did, Mr. Soprano.
Yeah.
You could
Right,
be doing
like,
this crime thing better, but you're letting ego
It's almost
get in the
like
way.
people. It's almost like people have capacity for logic, but it's not the only reason they make choices.
But this is
I'm worried that the game guild's gonna get blown up if we leave.
if they get like, man,
It's
the
the-
way they would fumble the bag.
The
so
only part
bad.
of Bridgesport that's real cool.
Yeah.
Pat
Also,
doesn't
they have-
disagree with anything Josh says from a logistical standpoint.
Yeah, and they have powerful homosexuals that can protect them.
hmm I like my gun
Mhm.
people. I want them to be okay. I want fish cakes to get waterboarded.
Same. I think.
You
Yeah. I
want me
think,
to read off all the NPCs I have to live that are in the town that you've interacted with?
well, my thing is, I think like those, like the Game Guild, they're alchemists, right? That was the Alchemist Guild with the that did the gun stuff. Or the
That's
Artifact Guild.
the Guild of Refinement.
Yes.
Yeah, Cornelius. Yeah.
Like, if you're a criminal and you're a criminal over an organization, and you're like, I'm gonna fuck up the two biggest moneymakers on this island that that could actually serve us well,
hmm
just to beat some apple bottoms, you're insane. And if you're the apple bottoms and you're like, if we blow up these two guilds and then we take over the island, then we're good. Oh wait, I don't have like then you're losing all of your money.
Yeah.
It just seems if I'm a criminal mastermind, if I'm head of an organization, I would be like that's the dumbest shit in the world to hurt your two biggest moneymakers.
You're just giving these guys so much credit for being criminal masterminds, though.
They have their established criminal organizations that have been long-standing for how many years, Pat? So many years. Since the beginning of Pat thinking them up. That's got to be so many years.
Well, let's
You
run
don't
away
get this.
then.
You don't get this level of world domination vibes being like a dumbass. Like,
yeah, and certainly in our world, people like Jim Spanfelder of Go Media of Great Hill Partners isn't destroying all the media landscape, and Toys R Us isn't sold for bad debt, and
Right.
the Instant Pot guy wasn't bought and immediately ran that company into shit. Like that doesn't happen. They like smart people, like
Yeah.
like smart people are smart and rich for a reason.
well, rich for a reason, no, but smart sometimes. Because look at our pirate friend. What's his name?
Swanky
Dave.
Swanky Dave. Swanky Dave is not out here just like pillaging and destroying everything he gets his dirty little hands on. And then no, like he's like, I need to secure the bag. So when I blow up this place or this other boat or whatever,
Mhm.
I'm stealing their stuff first, then I'm blowing it up.
Right.
Because that's not like a dumbass wouldn't like. You don't blow up the boat first and then be like, well, I guess we're gonna go down to the bottom. And
You
get the
don't make
stuff.
Batgirl the movie and then once you're done with it, you just shelve it for tax reasons. Like it doesn't make any sense.
That does make sense because then you're getting your money. No, that's the thing. The people who think that dumb shit up, it's bad for all the people involved, but they're still making out more money than they did beforehand because they're like, yeah, big
Allegedly.
brain. They're on
That's-
4D chess
They
mode.
never-
They're on 4D
They never
corporate greed
lose.
mode.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on the tax structure of Bridgesport. And
Yeah, it depends on the tax structure and it depends on these
Wayward
guys
Shores
being
and things like
yeah,
that.
yeah. And I think if these are people who want world domination, they need a money engine. And if they blow up their money engine and then they don't, why even take Bridgesport in the first place? Because now what are you going to do?
Mm.
You don't have money. You don't have a place to put
Yeah,
these
Pat.
people. Then what do you do? So yeah, I don't think they're going to fight it out in a way that's going to like level Bridgesport and like kill off the population or whatever. Because like then they've lost everything that they gained, and now they
Yeah,
don't have
and
a jumping off point anymore.
And now I'm not even sure if we're still doing bits at this point.
Maybe we are, maybe we aren't. Maybe all of it was a bit. Maybe the whole thing.
Wow.
What does the skull say, Tim?
I doesn't
Pat?
work on you. Pat, does it work on us, the players?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Does it work on us, Pat? No, you have to say it, Tim. Say it as a statement.
I love
The
all
skull
of
works.
you. That's true. The skull works on
That's true.
The skull
All
works
of
on
you
us.
guys.
Pat, does it? Is it a lie or not? Pat, is it a lie?
No, it's true. As you might be talking, having this.
Weird. There's so
then-
many. There's so many beers. Eck has none, but there's so many beers as we're talking.
Yeah, this is an extreme beer conversation.
Yeah, this
I love.
is taking place over the course of the night. Eck, after having chatted with his parents, is just like leaps and bounds much nicer to Steve the whole time.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I'm like at one point giving Steve like a hand massage to like work out the kinks from where I stabbed him,
The
like
fins.
just passively.
As you're sitting there talking
Oh God.
and hashing this out,
I don't like this voice.
the doors burst open. There's a very young Minotaur in there,
The
rushes
racist-
in.
Okay.
There's another one, and yells, "There's fighting in North Pier! There's fighting in North Pier!"
Oh, damn it.
And we'll figure out what's going on next time.
All right.
Are we drunk enough that it's like a housewives thing? We're just gonna go up there and be like, "Bitch, the girls are fighting," and like we're all looking. Kenton, they're fucking fighting.
Okay, that's good. It probably has nothing. I mean, North Bear's near where we live, but that's not that big a deal.
Yep. It's your neighborhood.
Dang.
Oh, there would be most assuredly fighting over there. Then that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Emerald Estate is gonna get blown up.
Shut up!
Oh,
Your
no.
basement. That's where you live sometimes.
That is where you live sometimes. If Pat blows up the Emerald Estate off screen, then that's fine. We'll just never come back here again. Like then it's just like, oh, so then we made the right choice of just leaving then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have no
Lit.
connection. Congrats.
But yeah, everything's gone now. Sick. I guess I didn't care about the place anyway. And then
Oh.
and then we'll have Tempest just be really handsome with a skull and sweet
Yeah.
talk some realtor. We'll get the insurance money.
Uh-huh.
We'll get a new land. We'll get a new place.
Uh-huh.
And it'll suck.
Yep.
We'll be heartbroken, to be
If-
honest.
yeah.
Me, Josh, and Eck will be heartbroken. But
If the Steelbeards and or Apple Downs have anything to do with it, I'll sternly walk up to them and say, "Now listen here. Now listen
Yeah.
here. That
This
was
is
my
my home."
home you destroyed. I deserve recompense, sir." And I'd
Yep.
give them a firm handshake, and then they would pay me for
Yep.
they pay you for it, and then we would leave
it. Mm-hmm.
because they want the settlement. They don't want to take it to court.
Exactly. The PR.
Yeah, the PR, they don't want to take it to court. They'll settle right there. And then
Mhm.
we'll move to Anchor Landing and we'll get a spot there and we'll hang
Easy,
out.
Easy.
And
easy.
then we'll be sad. We'll be sad, truthfully. Like, we'll be
Yeah.
sad for a minute because it's like this isn't the Emerald Estate. Like it's
Right.
gonna feel we're gonna feel like when you're on vacation, you can't poop in the house because you're on vacation. We're gonna feel like that for a while. It's not gonna feel like home.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll come around to it eventually.
Mhm.
Home will be where the Steve is, and we'll
Yeah.
They make basements in other houses, but
Yeah.
also this is an island-based economy, so maybe not. Ah, shit. Whatever. But thank you so much for coming here on this beautiful Thor's Day.
love Thor's Day.
I wanted to plug that Cast of Thrones is back because House of the Dragon Season 2 started. Episode 1 is finally on the Cast of Thrones feed after the Cast of Thrones feed got fixed. But all future episodes, including episode 2, which is also live, are going to be on patreon.com/contenthole. So if you want to listen to episode 2, go to patreon.com/contenthole right now. My wife, Jennifer, has returned, and she's going to be
Yay.
on every single episode. So
Nice.
Hell yeah.
uh,
Tim, don't spoil the episodes, your episodes, but on a scale of 1 to 3, how are we feeling about the show's return, the Dragon Show?
7, I would say.
7 out of 3. Holy shit.
Oh fuck! Oh, 1.5. 2, I would say probably. It's fun. It's fun.
Yay. Okay, cool.
Well, I don't really
I-
remember a lot of the book, so I think there's a few changes that I'm like, okay, that happened. But I could see people being like, but in the book it was this. I was like, oh,
Yeah. I know they botched the end of Game of Thrones, and I feel like the House of Dragon the first season of it was pleasant. I think a lot of people liked it,
Mhm.
and I was hoping they would not kill that momentum.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
But wait, the people that did Game of Thrones aren't doing it though, right? It's different people.
yeah, for the most part,
It's
Okay,
not
yeah.
the two. Yeah.
it's not
The two guys that like fucked it, or that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The-
Benioff and Weiss. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're out there.
okay, cool.
All right.
Anybody have any other plugs?
Someone's stepdad.
Your stepfather.
Backyard.
Yeah.
Now the plug. Just the thing I'm excited about. Susie's coming over this weekend.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
Hey. Oh, I'm going to my hometown this weekend.
Yay!
I can't do that.
Yay. Okay. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us. Those of you that join us live, again, love you so much. Thank you. We will not be next week.
It's the 4th of July. We're celebrating America.
Yeah, we're eating hot
Yes.
dog.
We're celebrating
Celebrating
So many hot
America.
dogs.
this
perfect
country that's
country.
totally perfect. No notes.
This
Yeah,
is my
no
country. If you don't like it, you can get the heck out of here.
I'll probably be at a baseball game if they have it's the Portland Pickles is our team and they
Portland
have-
To be
Pickles?
honest,
Yeah.
Kinda love
I thought
They
you were
have-
gonna say I'm gonna be in a basement.
Could be.
Could be.
They got a hot dog there, and it's because their mascot is Dylan Pickle,
Dylan
And
the
the-
pickle.
and the hot dog is Dylan's long dog, and it's very it's a big hot dog. I'm gonna eat
Hell
one of
yeah.
those.
I kind of love that.
Absolutely, 6,000 calories of beef.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
All right.
That's it.
All
That's
right.
the announcement.
All right. I love
Awesome.
you guys. Bye.
See you next time, mateys.
See you next time, mateys.